Pino Musolino, the president of the Medports. You are very familiar with the international scenario. However, today is not a good moment. My question is, how do you see port activity in the Mediterranean in a short term?
Well, that's a very good question, thank you. But first and foremost, why are we complaining? It's never been a good moment. There's always been tension, there's always been instability, there's always been the need to be resilient and be capable of changing. We exchanged 60 years of relative peace in Europe as a constant, while the whole history of humanity has been a history of conflicts and changes. So first, we need to set up our mind into that way. We're complaining that the times are unstable, that it's hard, it's difficult, but then true leaders are coming out when the difficulties are arising. In Napoli, it's used to say that everybody's a sailor when the sun is shining.
Yeah.
And so we need to prove that, first and foremost, that we are able to deal and handle complicated situations, unstable situations, uncertain situations with the right capability and the right vision. Second point, the Mediterranean has become again a center of operations and activity and trades after 500 years of irrelevance, after the so-called discovery of the Americas and the centrality of the oceans. We indeed are living complicated times. The real thing is that changes are quick. We had a pandemic where we were not used to. Then we had a war on the threshold of Europe involving the Black Sea, which is just an extension of the Mediterranean. As soon as we were stabilizing that situation, we had the instability in the Middle East, and then the Houthi creating a huge disruption in the Suez Canal and the Red Sea. And we never mentioned that, but at the same time, the Panama Canal has actually had a decrease year-on-year basis on February higher than the Red Sea. The decrease in transits in the Red Sea has been 42% year-on-year, 2023, 2024, but in Panama Canal it's been 49%.
Okay.
So, are we doomed? Not quite. I always use this metaphor. A kid that was born in 1899, at 18 was fighting World War I, then he had to deal with the advent of fascism, Nazism, and communism. At 44, was fighting in World War II. So they managed to find solutions. We have to manage the solutions. Mediterranean, it's a great sea. We call it Mare Nostrum. All the sides of the sea are a great opportunity. The Europeans have made steps ahead. The North Africans made huge steps ahead. Who was the first port of the Mediterranean? Tangermed. It's not, of course, us. It's our North African friends. And the Tunisian ports, the Egyptian ports, the Moroccan ports are all working very well. So we need to keep the eyes on the goal. And the goal is international trade, fostering growth and prosperity in the area. Of course, we need men and women of goodwill. We need ideas, we need investments, we need cooperation with the private sector. We need to keep cold-blooded. No good decisions are made in a rush or in a fear. And we need to believe that at the end, prosperity grows on trade and peace. And at the end, we are somehow part or unsung heroes of a process where prosperity and peace can be brought thanks to shipping and international trade.
Thank you.